Hello, right. Hello and welcome to another episode of So Fly Fishing Podcast. Today is
Do you want to do that again?
the end of December. Why?
I coughed.
Halfway through it.
Oh, that's okay.
There's a weird echo.
There's
Yilma's sick.
a little bit. There's an echo a little bit.
Yilma's sick, and Gav's complaining about the echo, and it's the end of December. It's the new year. The new year of 2019, which means it's the end of 2018. And we're in the studio recording another show for all of you out there. My name is Mitch. We've got Gab. How's it going?
Hey, very good. Hey, everyone.
We've got Aldo in the little studio.
Hi.
We've got Yilma.
Hey, everyone.
How's it going, Yilma? What's going on?
I'm a little under the weather.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
I got like a cold.
Oh.
Yeah, and I got a flight at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Trinidad.
For how long?
I'm going to Trinidad for 7
You
days.
sound so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound pumped.
Yeah, well, you'd sound
pumped?
like this too if you were sick.
We got some eggnog going on. We got 40 Creek Barrel Select with some eggnog. We got some nutmeg in there. We got some star anise. We got some ice.
Mitch, I gotta tell you, make a great cocktail. You know that?
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm really excited that you said that for me today.
I think you make a tasty cocktail. I think you make a strong cocktail, which is
Just what we need this time of year.
Just what I like.
It's the end of the year, Gab. And what do you
It's a
think?
presentable cocktail. I actually thought it was Aldo who did it. Sorry.
Gab, what's going on with you?
What's going on with
Yeah.
me? I'm drinking also eggnog, and I got a beer going as well.
Serious right now?
I got some 40 Creek in my eggnog.
Oh my god.
I'm starting
Yum.
to get the sniffies, so
Oh
I'm
my God.
also gonna be sick.
I'm sick too.
Great. I'm not sick, so I'm in a sealed room with 3 sick people.
Let's just start spitting in each
And not the
other's mouth.
proverbial sick.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? Also, how are you not pumped? You're gonna be fly fishing in the salt.
You guys are making stupid
Yeah.
assumptions.
You're going to be in the
You guys
salt
are
water.
making assumptions.
You guys are in.
The
You,
salt
you
water.
are in the
You
salt
guys
water.
are in the salt waters.
You are going to be saltwater fly
So are you.
fishing,
Fishing
for
on
the
the
first time.
ocean
For the first time in
ever.
your life tomorrow.
Not the first
Morning.
time. Fly fishing, yes. Yes.
You excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm extremely excited. I did a lot of research.
Did you?
Yeah.
Guys, we got a really fun show because we're recording an end of the year show where we're going to just talk about this whole last year that we just had and all the cool people that we met and all the fun places that we went and all the fun stuff that we saw and
And all the fish that we caught.
and all the fish that we caught
And all the Wendy's that we ate.
all the Wendy's that we ate
And a partridge in a pear tree. Hey!
boom. Gab,
Yes.
what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is... That's a good question. I think forest green.
Oh, that's interesting because you have a green sweater on right now, a
I
holiday
know.
sweater that says "Merry Christmas, Shitters Full."
Yeah,
What's that reference?
it's from Christmas Vacation.
With Chevy Chase.
Yeah, his
Chevy
brother,
Chase?
right?
Great. Chevy, the all new Chevy Chase.
The all new Chevy Chase.
Great flick. Good sweater.
right?
Look at that
Classic.
green. Wow. Where'd you get that?
Online about 3 years ago. I couldn't tell you where anymore.
The internet existed 3 years ago? Oh my
yeah,
god.
man. There's like this thing called a online store.
Wow, you got a Hearst Air Service hat on.
Yeah, no?
Whoa.
On purpose?
Whoa, I didn't even notice that.
On purpose?
Red
No?
like Santa.
That's
Present?
awesome.
I love that. Aldo's got a Santa hat on.
I do have a Santa hat on.
I have
yeah.
my SoFly sweater on and a little toque, and Yilmaz just looks like he just walked straight out of H&M. H&M? Is that
No.
shirt from H&M?
It's
Polo Ralph Lauren?
I mean, Yilma's
Is
better than
that Monaco?
I'm
Club?
actually representing
Frank and
Muttonhead on my pants and a Canadian local Toronto designer. I forget their name on my
Very
shirt.
fancy shirt. Very Jackson Pollock.
Yes, it is
It
very
is.
Jackson Pollock.
Yeah, look at that.
I know who that is.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Well, folks, honestly, what a year it's been. Eh?
It's been pretty crazy.
You know what? It's been an amazing year. Like, it was funny actually. I was looking at first of all, I got to meet you guys this year, so for me that was great. And then when you guys asked me to be part of the podcast, that was even better.
Yeah.
And then we got to do so many fun things. Like we took a lot of trips. And what I was okay, back it up here
Yeah,
today.
let's back it right up.
So what I did today is I started listening to our podcasts, and we recorded a bunch at the beginning of the summer and the beginning of the spring. with like Trip and Olivia and Jeff and Alex Parks and you know, people that represented different waterways in Southern Ontario, and it was so cool. We got to do so many crazy things. We went to Elk Lake with Roger and Mary. We recorded so many podcasts. We went up to Hearst. You know, Hearst Air flew us to the Ottawa-Piscat River, catching the biggest pike we've ever caught.
Biggest pike.
Biggest fish.
Yeah.
We went back to Temagami. We went on a lot of trips. But you know what else we did, which was really cool?
What?
Is in those podcasts, it was always like we had Olivia on, we had Trip on, we had Jeff on, and they were always referencing rivers, and we were like, oh, like the Beaver and the Big Head and blah, 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 and the Saugeen and the Maitland. And we were like, oh, yeah, we've never fished this. Oh, we never fished that. Oh, we didn't fish this. Oh, we didn't do that. And this summer we did.
We did all that.
It was really cool that, you know, we actually ended up not really planning it, but we started to fish with the guests that were on our show, and we went to the Maitland.
Heck yes, we did.
And we went to the Saugeen and went to the Beaver. All these rivers that, you know, are closer to home, but we didn't get to fish, and we did it. And although we explored Northern Ontario, we also explored Southern Ontario, and that was really cool.
We did a good job locally.
We explored all of Ontario.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
In one summer. Season.
The southest we could get, the northest we could get, virtually.
Yeah, basically.
We went all over the place, and in between, it was crazy.
We met a lot of people and recorded a lot of podcasts, and that was really cool. We went from 1 podcast a month to 2 podcasts a month.
Tons.
That's pretty fun.
It was crazy how much actual exploring we did, how many people we met.
And we got some sick guests, too, this year.
Yeah.
This season.
Yeah. Who we're going to talk a lot about today, because I was really excited that we got to talk to so many. I mean, like, yeah, sure, we got to explore lots of Ontario, but like we got to talk to so many people that make it up, especially early on in the year too. Like I think we started with Nick Groves, didn't we? Start with Nick Groves in like January.
Yeah,
Yes.
you guys did. Yeah.
Which feels like forever ago.
It does. It's but it has been a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about not only as a time period, but what we've accomplished since. It's been a long run.
Absolutely, 100%. Yilma, what was your favorite part of the year, my Frau? Yilma,
Yes.
What
was
the
favorite
part?
Of this season.
It was our trip to Ottawa-Piscat.
So you say Ottawa-Piscat was your highlight?
Okay, well, I mean that's you know, it's everything was a highlight, you know, in Ottawa-Piscat.
But I want to develop that a bit. What made Ottawa-Piscat so special?
Everything
for you.
And the reason why I say everything is because there's not one thing that was overpowering another, and there was one thing that you know, there was emotional beauty, and then there was like the power of the fish, and then the first 30-inch walleye versus the first 45-inch pike. Maybe 40-inch, whatever.
35.
Oh, no.
2018.
Okay, whatever.
You got a pike that trip?
What bait?
Bait.
Did you use?
And then this...
What bait did you use, Yilma? Worms? What'd you catch it on?
He's gonna kill everybody in this room.
I think you're just going to pass out from stress.
Well, you know what? This is probably a good segue. We've got a little countdown list here of looking back on our year, and Mitch has it queued up. And I think we'll go through some of our favorite moments. You know what? Actually, I'll start with my favorite moment, if that's okay.
Please. There's no order to this.
No, there's no particular order.
Yeah.
You know what was my favorite moment of the year? Late in the season, the Ontario trout season, Yilma and I found ourselves on the Credit River. And we were hiking up the Credit River, low water situation. We were up near a beautiful waterfall within the Forks of the Credit Provincial Park.
With Dane.
That was,
Wow.
your buddy Dane.
Yeah.
And you hooked and landed your first wild brown trout.
I did.
And I actually saw you jump out of your waders. And then you came over and you were like rushing towards me to hug me, and I was like, "Yilma, you're about to step on my rod," and then you didn't, and it was just like this whole thing, and it was like at that moment, like I was like, as fun as it is to catch fish, it's so fun to watch people catch fish, especially firsts, like to witness people's firsts, and just witnessing that moment was like, that was really special for me. Like it was a great day. It was a beautiful weather day. I pissed off my girlfriend because I told her, I was like, oh yeah, we're just fishing in the morning, and we ended up fishing for like 10 hours. I was like, yeah, I'll be home in an hour. And she's just like, I hate you. And I'm like, and rightfully so. And Yilma netted this brown. It was, it was beautiful, it was wild, it was awesome, and it was great. And just like seeing how happy you were, and how like, after probably a few trips to the Credit River, fruitless trips, to finally succeeding, like, that's a really great moment. And that was probably one of my favorite moments of this year. Other fucking great days of the year, which was trout opener, was epic. Trout opener was epic.
I know.
We all caught. We caught a lot of fish.
Yeah.
Caught a lot of big fish.
Yeah.
We met up with your Uncle Joe, who was a former guest of the podcast. And then Yilma, what you're referring to is Yilma netted, one of my biggest Credit River browns ever.
Greatest reaction ever.
And you just lost it.
Yeah, I lost it. And I can explain that reaction.
Please.
Firstly, because I'm so green to this lifestyle. Mm-hmm. I've seen Joe catch some browns, but I've never seen one. Like, I've never witnessed a trout opener with fishing for native browns. Okay, so when Aldo said he had one on his line, obviously I'm like, what the shit? My anticipation was there, from as soon as I woke up that morning. So like everything was just boiling up, and as soon as he said that he had it, I ran, almost twisted my ankle. Worth it, folks. Jumped into the water as if I was diving into the shallow end of the pool.
Yeah, you went right. Because I was like, I had it hooked.
Your ankle.
I did.
I had it hooked, and I was like, Yilma, you got to land this, because Mitch was like recording on the phone. He's like, yeah, you got to land this. And you're like, I've got to land this.
Exactly. So Aldo hits the nail on the head. It's like I have extra pressure that I have to land. This is folks, green, right? I'm landing a 24-inch brown for Aldo.
I mean, I wish it was that big, but
18.
we'll call it.
It was like 20, right?
Yeah.
30, 40, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was like 20.
Yeah, it was in that. It was in that range for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so I jump in.
Yeah, 40-inch trip.
Twist my ankle. Like it's like I was engulfed with like the waves of the water and like everything was just splashing in my mind. Everything's just chaos and just.
It kind of was.
It really was. But if someone was watching me, it'd just be me daintily jumping across the shallow. Anyways, very daintily.
Daintily.
But in my mind, it was so epic.
And it's like the story you play out in your mind, where versus like if we're
absolutely. If you're really watching,
yeah.
No, it was primal scream.
Yeah. And then
And
I freaked the hell. Go ahead.
You freaked.
You freaked.
I freaked.
And it made me freak. I fully like it was the stoke level was huge.
Yes. Well, when it's natural energy like that, you're gonna. It's like a yawn. When I yawn, you yawn. It's like addicting.
Yeah.
You're gonna just.
And then we turn the corner, and Joe hooks an even bigger fish and lands it. And I was like, okay.
Wow, yeah, massive
fish.
It's like, holy shit.
So yeah, trout opener.
Trout opener was sick.
Yeah, so for me, I'd say like one of my favorite moments, which both involved Yilma and the Credit River, were the beginning of the season, where I caught probably my personal best trout on that river, and you got to net it for me, and you were super stoked. To then your very first trout at the end of the season, and
you're a BB. You know what that stands for?
What?
You bookended Browns.
Wow.
Well, I don't know what that
and those
means.
wow. And you know what? Yeah, those are two really awesome moments because they were really real. They're really real.
They're very real.
Yeah.
Very real.
It was awesome.
Fun. It's like good days of fishing.
And it was like,
fishing's about.
backyard shenanigans,
I'm just going to say something real quick since it's the end of the, I started doing meditation just to kind of like calm because I work in advertising and it's stressful. I stopped because I was just fishing so much.
You just didn't need.
That's
I don't know. Like literally every weekend we were out, I came back recharged to start work again.
Uh-huh.
That's
Isn't that
great.
incredible?
Yeah, no, that is. Yeah.
That's all.
Very cool.
It's good.
It's very cool.
But yeah, trout. The early trout season was pretty good for us.
Yeah.
All of us, basically.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we did
Absolutely.
me. We did Aldo.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ask away.
What was your favorite thing about this year?
It's hard to there's so many good things happen, right? Like it's hard to point out, but I'll do a 50-50. I'll do half and half. Float plane. I've always wanted to go to a fishing destination that has no road, and you have to fly for it. And then after 33 years of my life, it happens this year with us, with you guys, which is even better. But yeah, that's definitely one of the highlights. Jumping on a float plane like that morning that we showed up there at like 6 first light, and I saw the plane. I was like, "Fuck, this is real. It's happening now." Yeah. And then and also I gotta say Montana. Like we've been to
First time in Montana,
and it's not. I'm not. I gotta pick two. Every fishing opportunity we had this summer and every trip were awesome, but leaving the country to go to the most famous fly fishing place on the planet, you can't really beat that, you know. Like
and you caught your first cutthroat.
Yeah, got a first cutthroat. Like just experience the whole like fly fishing culture of Montana was really really cool to see that.
Met Chloe.
You don't always, meeting Chloe, but like realizing that you can live somewhere and you don't have to force people to love fly fishing. You know, like we're trying to establish it, like in Ontario, it's already there in Montana, and that was cool to just
full force
be part of it. You know. Like, yeah, Montana was sick, and then
you were in it. You were in it,
and then the landscape don't lie. You know, like I take photo for a living, and landscape is what I need. Like I need you guys to hold fish, but I need stuff behind you guys, and then those white peaks and those grassy mountains are a pretty unique thing to see, and I'm pretty lucky. To have got to do that.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah,
I mean, Montana though. Like, when you caught that cutthroat trout for the first time? Like, what was that like? Was it hard fishing cutthroats, fishing cutties? Like, what was the fishing like?
You know what? Like, the fishing was not easy when we went because we were a little bit outside of the season, and also like we dealt with snowstorm the whole time. But I can't say that it was hard to cut that cutthroat because it was like
they're hungry.
Cast. But you know what? Like, yes, it is hard to catch a cutthroat. You gotta fly to Montana, and you're gonna drive to the river.
Yeah,
you're gonna find a spot. So it's
amazing fish.
Effort.
Amazing fish.
Native
True
fish.
Yellowstone fish. Right?
Yeah.
Native fish. Yeah. From there, it's basically like for us, we have a brook trout. For the Rocky Mountain, they have the cutthroat, and then it's really cool to see that those fish that are.
It's so delicate, you know.
It is. Delicate.
It's so obviously delicate.
Well, soft.
Just like the brook trout, you know, a little soft skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
It's not very scaly, you know. It's very
fragile.
It's very fragile.
Mucho.
Must be
fragile.
Italian.
Mucho fragile.
There's a couple languages there.
So yeah, Montana and Ottawa Piscataway. I gotta say, you know, like I've always been obsessed with northern Canada. To go to a place where we were able to spot wolf from our balcony of our camp there, and you know, been so far up that it's basically sunny until 11:30 at night. That's pretty cool.
11:30.
Almost. I'm exaggerating.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But it was light, pretty late.
We could have fished till like 2 because we had full moons.
Yeah.
Fuck. We probably should have done that. No, you didn't want to do that, Yola?
It's too dark.
Why? It was so bright. We had the full moon every night.
We did one night fish really late till like 12 or something like that.
Scary.
What are you scared of? Burglars?
No, probably those wolves.
Yeah, couldn't get you.
No.
Mitchie.
Or when Norm told us the story of the bear.
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
oh my god.
Yeah.
don't worry about the wolves. You gotta worry about bears, but because there's so much wolf, we don't have that problem.
Yeah.
Because the wolves eat the bears.
It's so crazy.
So real.
So nuts.
So real.
Oh, you know what, Mitch?
Hit me.
Mitch.
Hit me, baby.
Beautiful, beautiful Mitch.
Your favorite part of this year? Your favorite moment?
It's an ice cube.
Our host.
I think
What is your favorite?
podcast host.
I think that we had a lot of good moments this year, and we can talk lots about. I think though it was really nice having such an array of wonderful guests. Got to meet some legends. Got to meet some people that you read about. You read their stuff. Guests like John Girac was pretty wicked. That was really exciting to get to talk to John. He is obviously a respected author. Been reading his stuff for quite some time. A legend. He's been fishing forever. And Gab's coming in for another eggnog. Little 40 Creek, little top you up there, Gab?
Tell me when, Gab.
Top up
I will play the part
40
of
Creek.
bartender.
I love it.
Oh, and
I guess that's it.
well, the bottle's done.
There you go. Top you up with some nog?
Yeah.
Please. Ooh, that's a smooth pour of nog.
That's good.
Creamy.
It was nice to have John Gierach on the show though. I think it was
very cool.
It was cool to hear his perspectives and stories. It was cool because he just got back from fishing when we called him. Just those guys that fish all the time.
You know what's funny about that?
All the time.
We recorded that podcast, and we obviously I listened to that podcast. I picked up the Fly Fish Journal. I've had it for a while, like volume 10, issue 1, where he writes an article. He's got an article in that issue.
Yeah.
And it's about his home streams, and it's about him buying the cabin. He was talking to
about
us in.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my God, this is such an interesting experience. First of all, I wish I had read that before we did the podcast, but I just didn't have the magazine at the time. But it was actually kind of even cooler doing it afterwards, because we'd spoken to him and talked to him about, the place where he lives and the place where he fishes, and then all of a sudden the words that I was reading were very real, jumping off the page. That was a cool moment for me.
It's very cool to read something like you say you wish you read it before, but it's like you said, it's even cooler that you go back, you read stuff, and you're like, hey, we actually talk about this together.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Absolutes.
Yeah.
All the guests, John was amazing. Nick Groves, Ray Blades, Mike Bishop. Mike Bishop was we interviewed him. Josh talked about New Zealand. Your buddy Josh. That was a great show.
Yeah.
Greg talking about tarpon. Bill.
The legend.
The legend
Bill.
The
we had
legend
on
of
the show.
Bill.
The local legend.
Muskie Maniac.
I'm going to write a book about him.
Yeah.
You could.
Hell yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
Jeff and Alex Calmwaters, Trip Fontaine, Olivia, talked about them. We talked Char with Alex Ginther and
That was
Ian
awesome.
Troop, more recently, Ray Blades and Fred Campbell of Hooké and Simon Gosworth and Chloe Nostrand. It's like the people that we've had on the show is just
Pretty amazing lineup.
It's just an amazing
Array.
It was like, I went back and listened to the Simon episode again today, and I was like, we have Simon Gosworth, we have John Gierach on our and
so awesome.
See, we got authors, we got guides, we got photographers, we got.
It's great to be able to just talk
production
to
company
all
owners,
That's the cool thing about the fly
publishers.
fishing community is it's niche enough that you could kind of just talk to the people that you respect most and the people also just that from anywhere. You could talk to people from any fishery, any part of the world. They're just down.
any part of the
because
province, like
Everybody
it's-
loves talking about fishing.
Everyone loves talking about fish.
Yeah.
It's so cool that we get to go to that we get to meet these little personalities of every river has its own caretaker almost in a
Sure,
way.
Yeah. Or group of,
Or group of, and
Yeah.
and like Tripp and Olivia, Jeff, or John, or whatever, they represent areas of the world
Yeah.
as well as ideals, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of cool. I don't know. You just all of a sudden these places that you may have driven past as a kid or suddenly have more meaning to you or something.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's really true.
Because you've walked that water. Or
Yeah.
I'll take Tripp as an example because he's fished those waters for so long. I'm not saying the other people haven't. I'm just using him
Guys
as an example.
down there
he's
really
just
loves them.
really loves them. And then when you go, all of a sudden, just from obscurity, from watching him at What the Fly last year, I was like, who's Tripp Fontaine? And all of a sudden, I'm
Fishing with
all
them.
of a sudden, I'm interviewing him on a podcast. He's in my house. I'm having dinner with him.
Yeah.
I'm fishing the waters with him.
People's Eatery.
You guys guide together too.
Yeah, we guided together for a day, and then
We're at People's Eatery.
and it was like,
Delicious dinner. It's good times.
it was a delicious dinner.
It's good times.
What
We
an
recorded a trip and then we went and had a big dinner. So fun, man.
How many old fashions did I have?
It was great.
It's a great time.
But you know what I mean? Just plucked out of obscurity,
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I don't even remember meeting you for the first time, Mitch.
Yeah.
We were sitting at home, the Brave. We had a little bit of a beer, and I was about to drive across the states. And you're like, I don't know, I guess send me some pictures. And I was like, okay, you want to slam some beers? And you're like, yep.
Yeah.
Was that last
Electric
spring?
lager.
Was that or last winter?
I
feel like it was 2
no, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
It'll be 2 years ago this
Yeah.
spring that I went on that trip.
Yeah.
you were our first
SoFi
foreign correspondent.
Spotlight. SoFi Spotlight.
Yeah,
Sent some
Spotlight.
pictures.
Yeah, that's
Foreign
what we call them,
correspondent,
right?
yeah.
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 It's true.
No,
Time flies.
so just it's
When you
cool
have
out of
fun.
like obscurity that you get to like, all of a sudden things take on new meaning.
That's the cool thing about doing a podcast, right? Because you can kind of go and do things with purpose, and it doesn't feel just like you're trying to contact someone to talk to them, like weirdly, like you have no purpose. You're just like, John, I want to talk to you. Can I just call you?
No.
He would be like, no, weird friggin' weirdo. But it's like, hey, I have a podcast. I can interview you. Like, we're not totally, well, like we have a purpose here. So sure, yeah, okay. And then you get to talk to him for like an hour and a half about just whatever the hell you want, and then have reasons to go and meet people and fish all over the place, and and share it and stuff like that. It's just kind of fun to have like a be able to do that.
A little community.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like for all the evils that the internet or social media is quoted with, like how cool was it that we met Chloe because we posted pictures and she posted pictures and then we started talking to each other, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you were in Montana and you're holding a cutthroat and I'm taking
Yeah.
a picture of it because
Yeah.
Chloe told you to fish there.
Yeah.
What?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What a moment
Yeah.
that is.
Crazy.
Yeah. Social media definitely comes in nicely there.
Yeah. Big
Yeah,
time.
All the shit we hate about it, but
Mike Bishop, one of the guests we had. That's how him and I met.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram was like, oh, you're
Yeah.
fishing my
Followed his
backyard.
flies
And I
or
was like,
whatever.
well, why don't we fish your backyard together?
Yeah.
And
Used right. It's
Yeah.
very social.
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
personable.
He ties amazing flies, and it's like, oh my god. Following him on Instagram, yeah, same thing. Like I found his flies on Instagram. It's like, oh yeah, great, this guy's. And then you're like, yeah, like,
Legit.
Mike, we're fishing
Yeah.
and stuff. I'm like, oh no way. And then
His
yeah,
flies
we're
are so
interviewing him.
beautiful.
He's back in his own
Yeah.
land too now. So
What's he doing right
Merry
now?
Christmas to
What's Mike doing?
to Mike. Mike is I think he just arrived this week back to Australia after traveling the world basically.
Really?
Yeah,
Fly
man.
fishing?
Fly fishing and
Where he can.
and traveling. Yeah.
Yeah. He was telling me about his Belize trip.
Yeah, he went to
Yeah.
Belize. He went
Yeah.
to the Bahamas. Then after that, he went to Europe, drank some wine.
Mm-hmm.
Then went
Yeah.
to some islands in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah. He's a pilot
Then-
too, right?
No,
He's not, eh?
no.
No, because he was telling me. He was
He's a
telling me
captain though.
he's a captain.
He's
Okay.
got his. I'm pretty
No.
sure he's got
Pretty
his
sure.
boat captain license because he's a.
Oh, that's what it is.
He's a member of Blue Water.
He's badass.
Fishing Association
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if he was a pilot.
Exactly. No,
Got
he
the
was.
pilot
like that.
attitude.
He does have the pilot.
The pilot-tude.
Mitch is
PT.
Mitch is Freddie Mercurying so hard right now. His
I know.
microphone stand fell off.
I know.
He's just holding it in his hand.
Trying to screw it back on.
I love that
It's
I'm
tableau.
watching you guys
Yeah.
and all your microphones are falling.
Yeah.
And usually I'm the one making mistakes, and I've been fine. So it's nice to watch.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
Your mic's
That's a
okay.
really nice, evil statement, Gab. That was
I know,
great.
right?
Yeah.
I love enjoying.
I
I enjoy watching people struggle because
Jesus.
usually I'm the
God,
other end of
Gab,
the stick.
Jesus.
No, it's
God.
because I'm usually at the other end of the sticks.
Now you're all right, Gab, you crazy bastard. My mic's about to fall, fellas. See it slowly teetering towards my face.
Yeah, it's kind of
3,
cute.
2.
Nice.
Mike Bishop's Instagram, go look at it because like he's been
Yeah.
posting
His flies
lots
are
of
beautiful.
tropical, and he's been posting lots of tropical
Fly.
fishes.
On,
Yeah,
on Instagram is
I've been watching.
at Fly Fishing Jam.
fly fishing jam.
Flyfish and Jam.
No, he
With
was
an
great,
N.
man.
Fly Fishing
Yeah.
Jam.
Guys, you know what too? Is I just realized is what the fly's right around the corner.
Yes, that's true. Again.
Oh my God, Mitch.
Yeah.
You're the reigning champion.
Yes, that is so true.
The RC. That's what that stands for. Reigning champ.
The WTFRC.
And there goes.
There goes the mic stand.
I'm just gonna hold it, honestly.
You're the What the
I'm
Fly
I'm
reigning
What the
champ.
Fly. Well, there was lots of champs, but I was
I
one
don't
of.
get it.
No,
That
you're the
fly
ch-
was
no.
not great.
And
Oh my goodness gracious!
Gab, do you even like any of
Do you
us?
even like any of us, Gab? This is the most evil I've ever heard you in my
I
life.
know,
I
right?
like it when you all fail. And Mitch, your fly was shit.
Your fly sucked. I hate you. You know what? I'm looking forward to What the Fly.
What's What the Fly anyway, Mitch?
What the Fly is an annual Drift Outfitters in Toronto fly fishing shop event that's held every single year in January, where people come out, they bring their tying equipment, and What the Fly brings a bunch of fun stuff to tie flies with. We're talking about mops, we're talking sponges,
Balloons.
we're talking balloons.
It's like the Iron Chef
Of
of fly
fly tying.
fishing tying.
It's great.
You
It's so
you
good.
put a box in front of people and you're like, okay, make a fly out of this.
And then it's like you're tying gloves on and
it's awesome. This year it's
really
at a
fun.
brewery.
Black Dog.
Black Lab.
Black Dog. Black
Jack
Dog
Black.
Brewery. Jack Black.
Jack Black Brewery.
Jack Black
No,
Brewery.
no. Black Lab Brewing.
Yeah.
January 20th. We're going to be there. Trip Fontaine's going to be there. That's going to be cool. He's gonna
Trip's coming.
Yeah, he's doing a little presentation. And actually, Nick Groves is going to be there,
Yeah,
too.
Nick's gonna be there.
And all the guys from Drift. It's going to be a good day. We're going to...
It's so fun. It's
all
actually so
ages,
fun.
all ages, dog friendly.
It's actually
Bring a
so
dog.
fun.
Bring a dog. This
I mean,
is
obviously
awesome.
it's so fun,
And you know
but-
what? That could be your secret ingredient.
Your dog.
Or-
Sarah.
A dog.
A dog.
Dog hair.
Dog fur.
It's a fun event, honestly. Like Rob started doing it 2 years ago, and it's in congruity with 3 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, because it's in congruity with the I4.
Not this year.
No?
No, this year the I4 is going to be a separate event.
Oh wow.
So we have more.
wow.
events.
So we have more events, which is great.
It's great.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's really
It's
good.
a
Because it was
long
just a
winter.
little bit too hectic, you know?
That's a great idea. Yeah. What the fly is. Yeah.
We
What
want
the
to
Fly should be
enjoy
something.
What the Fly because it's
Yeah.
such a great event.
Soak it in, hang out, presentations. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is.
And
Really
it's-
fun.
And
What time is it at?
We're gonna doors open at 11. Black Lab's being like super great. They're really really excited to have us.
Yeah.
They said, you know what, Sundays aren't a busy day for us, so just we open at 11.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep you guys. We're gonna keep the space for you guys until 4:00, and then it's gonna be like regular open business, which will be really great because hopefully we'll get some people that don't fly fish
So I'm curious.
Yeah.
to get people that are
Fly
curious.
curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So people that are fly curious to like, we can talk about it and they can learn about it. And
Are you gonna tie this year, Yelma?
yeah,
And
you
if,
should.
Yeah, I've been tying all year. I didn't tell you guys.
Wow. No way.
Yeah, no, I have. In
Can
secret.
I see? Show me a picture of your pattern. Hold it up.
No, it's
Let me
secret.
see.
So
let me
that
see.
no.
Oh my
the proof-
God! Look, is that the picture?
Don't touch my hand.
That's a crazy fly pattern. You tied this, guys. Look at this, Gab. Look at this.
It's amazing.
Look at it for real.
I know.
Aldo, look at that.
It's mind blowing.
It's huge.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I knew you'd be a good fly tire because you're a good designer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
that's appreciate
Not
that.
a great designer, but good.
Good. This fly is amazing. This is a really good Jock Scott. Good for you, Yelma. Go straight to the classics.
Who's Jocks?
A Jock Scott. Come out. It's gonna be fun with the fly. So I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
that.
I'm looking forward to
Tell
that
you
too. Yeah. And the I4, the International Fly Fishing Film Festival,
Film festival.
will be in February, at the end of February as well.
And that's something to check out too. Lots of fun. Lots of fun.
It's always some good movies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Lots of people come out.
Yeah,
It'll be great.
baby.
Come out. Gab,
Yes,
do you have a news segment today?
I do. But
Oh my God! The
in
end
my bag.
of the
It's a
year
New Year
news segment,
baby.
yes, it is.
baby. Yeah.
I,
But Mitch, a memory I have of you. Don't.
yeah.
A memory I have of you, Mitch, that I really liked is because I know how much you love steelheading, and I know how much you love swinging for steelhead, and I know how much,
Oh, right.
and I know how I love watching
Yep.
you fish with your uncle because none of my family fly fishes anymore. Mitch and I went out with his uncle Joe, and we were swinging flies for steelhead,
Yeah.
and Mitch hooked and landed a beautiful steelhead, and I don't know, just that moment of like you with the fish and Joe watching you release it. It was just like and he was just like, I was taking pictures, and he's like.
There it is.
He's yelling at us just like we yell at each other. He's like, "Look at the fish, not the camera, you idiot!" And I was just like, and he's like, "Aldo, get lower, you moron!" And he's just like, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, Joe, Jesus Christ, sorry." And I was just like, but at that moment, and he was just like, he had his arms crossed, and he had the spay rod tucked in his elbow, and you were releasing the fish, and it was just like, I don't know, there's just this whole thing that went on that I was just like. It was a really nice moment.
My steelhead season was pretty rad. The first time I went out, I hooked a fish. Second time I went out was with you and Joe, and I landed them, and it was a beautiful, like right out of the lake, little
Right out-
Ontario steelhead.
A little chrome bullet,
Oh.
not the biggest fish you
love
ever
them.
seen, but not the smallest fish you ever seen.
They're so beautiful.
They're
man.
You know what? Actually, Joe mentioned it. I'd never really taken notice of this. It's how clear obviously you look
Like
at a steelhead.
translucent fin.
You look at a steelhead, and you're like, wow, it's silver.
Yeah.
Or whoa, it's so colored up. But
Yeah.
then he was like, look at the fins; they're basically
Yeah.
see through. And I was
Straight
like,
out of the lake.
whoa.
Yeah, they
I'd
so
never
are.
noticed that before.
Yeah.
That's a
And they
sign
get
of
darker,
a wild
right?
fish, right? Like,
Well, they get it's straight out of the lake fish, right?
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
the
Fresh,
color,
fresh
yeah.
fish. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
as they're in the river longer, the darker they get and the hardier they get. But man,
Yeah.
No,
What's up?
it was great because you swung through
yeah,
and you're like, oh, I got a bump.
got a bump.
And I was like, sick.
Yeah, send it again.
And then, yeah, you sent it.
And did
Send
we ever?
it.
Boom,
And then-
smoked it.
Yeah, it was great.
It was really good.
It was great because
So good.
because you hooked it.
Temple
and
dog.
I immediately was like reeling up frantically, like going for the net. And then Joe's like, get below it. And
Yeah.
like, just
like
like
running up river,
barking
yeah.
orders. And I was like, I love this.
Yeah.
Something I love about this, you know?
Awesome weather.
It reminds me of you.
Yeah.
Jacket, cigar. It was great.
Jackets, the cigars were going, the sun was shining.
the best.
It was a great day.
Fall weather.
But what made it for me was like just that moment with you and your
Yeah.
uncle. And I was like, oh, that's really special. you
Oh
know?
yeah. It takes me right back to the first time I went steelheading with Joe.
Yeah,
10, 15 years ago.
minutes ago.
Gab, tell us about that steelhead moment that you caught.
Yeah, man. Hey,
That you went through.
Recently.
We started Steelhead 2 years ago.
3.
And Steelhead. We started SoFly.
Yeah.
Like 2.
3 years ago.
I don't
Yeah,
think we
man.
know the dates anymore.
And then
I don't think
and then it
matters.
was kind of like a curse, you know, because when we started, no, listen,
That guy was negative.
no, it's
Like,
not, it's
you
not,
hate
you hate us.
Hate
It's
us.
not negative.
Why do you
at all.
hate us?
No,
You
it's
hate
a
us.
beautiful.
You hate
story,
us.
guys.
It's a curse. It's
It's not. It's
Okay, tell me a beautiful story.
story.
Go. Hold on. Okay, tell me a beautiful story.
So we started this thing, right?
Yeah.
And then we went Steelhead a whole bunch of times, and
That was a curse.
I've actually been Steelhead less since we started SoFly.
Oh, okay, I see.
So it has been a long time since I didn't like get to hold one
Mm-hmm.
that I caught. Like I landed one for although that's another story. But yeah, on last week,
Yeah.
I decided to go by myself. I went all the way to the end of the subway line, all the way west, grabbed an Uber, went to Mississauga, you know, and then fished by myself. I didn't have.
You're gonna take in my car, you know
I
that.
didn't have.
It just sits there.
Nah, not really.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're the last person I'll borrow this car,
Definitely.
and that's not an insult. It's just
Yeah, it's a nice car.
reality.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
No, but continue.
And yeah, like figuring out stuff by myself.
Yep.
And then I caught my steelhead for 2018,
Yeah.
and it's a nice feeling. Kind of similar as yours, Mitch. You know?
Yeah, just a lot smaller.
Not the biggest one.
Yeah.
Super fresh. You know, very very silver, very bright.
Yeah, ish. Yeah.
It's just
a little darker.
mine was pretty bright.
Oh yeah. No,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
I
It looked pretty dark to me.
Yeah, it's because you don't know.
It's small. In fact, I think it might have been a shiner minnow.
Maybe.
Which
maybe.
it's
That's
easy to
been a
get them
nice
mistaken to the untrained eye. Yelma, how was your steelhead season this year? How many did you get?
It's the same amount that I got, which is fucking big fat 0.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been out twice, so it's my own fault.
You've got one. You've got steelhead in 2018.
Yeah, spring,
Just
but not fall.
in the fall.
Yeah.
I netted Mitch's. That was fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
I also really haven't been out that much. That's
Yeah.
my fault. That's my fault.
It is
So
my
it's
fault
been a
too.
quick season. It hasn't lasted that long.
Well, you know,
Like it's just time just flies by.
And we
I
start
hate
late
saying
now,
this.
too.
You know, it's busy. You know, we can
What's
always
the
make time.
I've also been unlucky. Like days off, all the rivers are blown. It just yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I bailed on a bunch of, but it happens. It happens.
it happens.
So when it does happen, it's extra special.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's basically last week. We were supposed to go everyone from Drift were supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, no, I don't feel like
Yep.
it. And I didn't go, and they had an amazing day. So I was like,
They
okay.
always have an amazing day.
Not always. No. Well, fishing is always amazing, but, you know, like everyone struggles here and there.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no, you're right.
Especially chasing steelhead, you know,
Yeah.
like you never.
Of course.
You can be the most skilled person, but sometimes it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
But then, yeah.
it happens
yeah.
to me all the time. Super skilled and nothing.
Doesn't work out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was Jacques Scott you tied. It was definitely
That's gonna catch a lot
definitely
of
going
fish.
to catch some fish.
In Trinidad.
What do you think, Yelma?
Swing
those
the flats.
Swing
man.
those flats, babe.
Swing the flats.
Swing them.
Squirmies.
There's a current.
Squirmies on the fly.
Yeah.
on the
Sometimes.
flats.
Tons of currents that just
Gab, news
come
time?
from anywhere.
News time.
Gab, give me a lay it down.
Okay. Hello and welcome. This is SoFly News with your host, Gabriel Bizor Regis.
Nice.
You know what happened this week? Last week. Late last week, you know what happened?
What?
What happened, Gab?
There was a book release.
Oh,
You know, the first news that I've ever done was a book release as well.
was
I
it?
love books, right? I love books. I love photos.
The first news you ever did was a book release.
It was.
All right, what do we got?
Dec Hogan and Marty Howard.
Mm-hmm.
They just released their book about steelhead fly tying,
Yeah.
the art and design.
Yeah.
And
Did you check it out?
I have not, because when I showed up to the shop, they were all packed.
You
They
guys
were
got some
all
in, in the shop.
wrapped and stuff. Yeah, but they flew.
Flew
They
them out.
flew. Yeah.
Off the shelves.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
off
they
the
really
shelves.
did. They actually did. They, all 12 sold immediately. He had to
Yeah,
reorder
yeah.
them
Whoa,
immediately.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it
And
was
it's Dec Hogan and
Yeah.
it's a good.
It was a long-awaited books because people literally
Yeah.
They moved.
they flew off the shelf.
Yeah.
It's a book for if you want to learn how to tie steelhead.
Yeah.
It's a book that's going to be good for people that are starting.
Yeah.
It's a book that's good for people that are avid fly tyer. It's a book
Uh-huh.
for everyone.
Really cool fly patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool fly, full of fly patterns, full of recipes.
You're gonna
for
get one?
flies.
You gonna get a book?
I might. Yeah.
Pick
yeah.
one. I'll pick
If
one.
I can get
I-
my hands on one, yeah, 100%.
Continue.
Yeah, so like it's Dec Hogan and Marty Howard. Not only they wrote, but they took all the photography in it. It's an amazing. But in Canada, I think it sells for $99.99, and for the States,
$100 less a penny.
Yeah, and then in the States, I guess you take $20 off, something like that.
Okay, cool.
But yeah. You
Check
guys,
out.
like it's the new year. You guys got gift cards. You guys got everyone got some envelopes with some cash in it. If
Mhm.
you're a fly angler, if you love steelhead,
Mhm.
if you want to love steelhead,
Good
check it
PSA.
out.
Good PSA. We're having Dec
Good.
Hogan on the show in the new year.
yeah, I know we're working on that, right?
We reached out to him. He's down. We're gonna find some time in
but
the new year
he was busy because of his book.
because of his
release.
book.
Yeah.
We can't wait
It's gonna be sick.
to
I
talk to
know.
Dec Hogan. Maybe he should come to Toronto,
Yeah.
do a book release at Drift Outfitters,
Oh,
sign some books, and come on the show.
cool idea.
And
Hey,
be-
Dec, what do you think about that?
What do you think, Dick?
Yeah.
Come on. Be great.
And then I did some research today.
Yeah.
Today?
Because this is our holiday
Yeah. Show.
show.
New Year's.
So I looked.
Uh huh.
I was curious. And I Googled if Santa Claus was a fly angler.
Oh shit.
Oh, really?
Do you guys want to know?
I
Yeah,
want
I
to know.
really wanna-
Saint
oh my
Nick.
God, Saint
Say-
Nick.
You know what I found?
Hmm.
Fuck all. But
That seems
nothing
weird.
in writing. Nothing in writing. I only saw photos.
Would you think it's because he has to ice fish all year long?
Oh, interesting.
In the North
point,
Pole,
although.
you
But
know?
because it's cold, there's ice.
But what if he lives around Plummer?
Oh, another interesting point.
Oh yeah, if he's in the
You
North
know?
Pole catching Arctic
he's-
char,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arctic
you know?
char on the tree.
On the-
But yeah, that was my joke. Is that
Yeah.
I didn't find anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's pretty good, Gab.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
We got some news. News back. It's been a while that I haven't done one.
What else you
so-
got? What else you got?
That's it for now.
Gab, amazing news segment, new book, Dec Hogan. It's rad. I want. Okay,
Super
play,
rad.
replay is that ready? Okay, here we go.
Alright, this is it.
Okay, hold on.
What happened?
Okay, well, it was really, really, really loud. So we're just gonna try one more time. Okay, ready,
Okay,
Gab?
okay,
Come on,
okay.
play
I'm
us out,
ready.
baby. Play us out.
I was born ready.
All
baby.
right, here we go.
And this is the end of the Fly Fishing News with Gab. Thank you for listening.
Crazy loud.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's
No, it's good. It's good. It's
No, the
exciting.
second one was better.
It's nice energy, you know.
yeah.
Gab,
Energy.
good news segment, Gab. Good news segment.
Thank you.
Okay, we're switching gears. We're switching over to an end of the year Mitchie's Fishies 5. We got 5 fresh questions written by our boy Aldo. Thanks, Aldo.
Hey, no problem.
5 questions that good name. We've called it Mitchie's Futures 5.
Mitchie's Futures 5.
Mitchie's Future 5.
You like that,
We
Yona?
got 5 Future 5s.
You like
I
that?
love that. That's a great name.
I think what we're gonna do is go around and we're gonna ask each other one of them per thing.
Mm.
But there's only 4 of us.
Right. So
Well,
there'll
I
be an
guess this
extra one.
Nutcracker's going to have to do some talking.
Yeah, I think so. We got a nutcracker
I'll
on the
make
little
him
table.
talk.
Yeah. Oh God.
Maybe we'll start with you, Mitch.
Okay.
As the de facto host
Uh huh.
of the show, if you could interview anybody in the fly fishing world, anybody
Yeah.
for next year, looking forward to 2019. That's what we're doing here. We're
Yeah.
looking forward to 2019.
Yeah.
In 2019,
Yeah.
You know, in 2018 we had some awesome guests, but in 2019, if you had the pick of the litter,
Mm-hmm. It's a tough question. Very tough question.
who would you want to try and get on the show?
Very tough question. Well, I know we're getting a couple of awesome ones. Dak Hogan, as we said, is coming on. I'm very excited about that. April Vokey,
Yep.
pretty stoked about that. That's really exciting.
Stokey for Vokey.
I'm very stoked. That's going to be a good one. Yeah, I've been following April Vokey for a long time, you know? Like, that's going to be sweet to see. It was a good rhyme. Stokey for Vokey.
He was
Cheers.
like, I hate all those so much.
He was,
And you guys call me a negative?
he was loving it. No, I think actually April Vokey's definitely like way up there. I've wanted to chat with April Vokey about her fishing career for a long time, and I think that's going to be really cool. But I don't know. It's tough to say. You know, I feel like it's someone we haven't met yet. I think somebody with interesting stories,
Okay.
someone that's out there who's just
In
you
the
know,
ether?
yeah, they don't talk about fishing and they don't publicize anything they do, but just someone just real interesting. I don't know where in the world they're going to be, but just like
Comments
on our
are made.
travels next year, I want to just meet somebody amazing and talk to them about fly fishing. Be like, wow, that's
Like-
really cool.
Like Norm.
Like someone like Norm, someone that's just doing it because they love it, and just talk to them about where they're doing it. So I think the ideal, like I think a guest that I'm really excited to talk to next year. I have no idea who they are.
Is the guest you haven't met yet.
Yeah, just someone that's just real raw, just killing it in the woods, doing it, you know, for the love of it.
Okay.
I think that'll be cool. Probably in Ontario.
Yeah?
Yeah? You want
I like Ontario
you
people.
want your favorite guest to be in Ontario?
I like Ontario fishers. They're just like I obviously relate to them, but also they're just like all the people that we've met out in the Ontario wilderness are just such interesting, real, just cool people.
Well,
You
It's
know?
true.
I
Just
think
cool people.
Ontario anglers
Mm.
are a hardy bunch.
They are a hardy
you know,
bunch.
because
They're a lonely bunch.
they're
Yeah.
they're a lonely bunch, but they're hardy because our seasons doesn't, you know, it's not always bright and
No.
sunny. It's not always a nice level of rivers.
Yeah,
It's often pretty fucking cold.
yeah.
But guess what? We're still doing it.
For months.
Months.
They are.
Yeah.
I say
And our window is short.
we are all
Short window.
always doing it.
The
you
cold
know?
comes and it stays for a long time.
Mhm.
The hot comes and it stays for a long time. Short little opportunities to really get certain
Yeah.
kinds of fishing, but long opportunities to get like bass season
Yep.
lasts for like
Yep.
months.
Months.
And
Yep.
like killer bass season.
Yep.
So if you
Yeah.
dig that, and yeah, no,
But, like-
it's true. Hardy
but even
is-
then, you know, like
it's
it,
true.
it starts at the end of June, and
Been a long fishing season, but
Yeah.
small windows.
but when you really think about it, like if you know, if you look at the trout season, you know, the resident trout season, if it starts getting hot in June,
Mm-hmm.
none of us are fishing for trout. So really, what do you have? You have May and June,
yeah,
yeah,
kind of,
and then a
because
little
it
bit
ends
of September,
yeah.
if you're lucky.
true.
If you're lucky, if you have if the
True.
water levels are right. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, on paper we've got this time, but in reality, maybe not.
Yeah, I know it's true. It's a tough Ontario. So it's like the people of Ontario, the fly fishers, all the ones I've met, really cool. So I think another interesting Ontario fly fisher would be really cool to have on. If that's you, email us. SoFlyCrew@gmail.com. Or someone you know. But I think it's just gonna be like we're gonna be like in the backcountry of Elk Lake again. With Roger Marion just meet some crazy guy in a cabin that's just like, you boys don't know much about the spots. And he's just gonna be the sickest guest ever. You know? Moonshine brewing, you know?
Maniac.
Maniac, yeah.
Yeah, maniacs. I like interviewing maniacs.
Gab, you crazy guy. You know that? I got a
Speaking of
future five
maniacs.
for you.
Speaking of maniac, I'm right here.
A future five.
I got a speaking of
A
maniacs.
future 5, ask away.
Yeah. I want to ask you, what story do you want to tell in 2019?
You know what? I think since we started SoFly, we've been talking to amazing anglers and people very involved in the fly fishing world.
Yep.
I kind of want to talk to scientists.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, like someone that
I like that.
studies, you know, fish populations or
Yep.
or wet or not wet area.
Wetlands?
Yeah, wetland.
Yeah.
You know,
Ecosystems
I
and
think
things.
yeah. It's if we are to be continuing this, I think that conservation even if we didn't want to, I think we don't really have a choice. We
Yeah.
gotta turn our focus a little bit on conservation effort
Yeah.
because it's getting a little bit of a harder time these days.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people for conservation. There's a lot of people that have questioning conservation effort. I think having people that doing the legwork, in the field and figuring the real shit out. Not people that sense in their living room and say there's global warming. People that have tangible numbers that says yes, global warming is happening and this is what it's creating.
So you want to talk about
Yeah.
the environment, the ecosystems?
Yeah.
Just you want to talk about protecting, restoring, conserving? Just talk about our water.
Yeah, man.
And talk to the people that do that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
that's cool.
Yilma,
Yeah.
your favorite fish that we talked about at Elk Lake.
Yeah,
'Cause that's when we questions ourselves that.
yeah.
Has it changed since with all the different species that we've been targeting this summer?
I believe your original answer, Yilma, was smallmouth bass.
I think that is true. Did that change?
It might have.
Ooh, the Future 5.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
And then what is such fish?
Pike.
Oh,
Whoa.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I
I was
totally
blown
get
away. I know. There's something about it.
What is that something?
What is that thing? What is that thing? Is it the fight? Is it take?
Is it the
Is
flies
it-
you have to use?
Is it yeah?
I think it's a fight. It's a take. But the one thing I do like about smallmouth that I can't get with pike is that they never stop fighting smallmouth. Pike eventually just kind of like meh.
yeah.
But that initial, and they're so huge, so prehistoric looking. You know what I mean? And to
Yeah.
get that on your fly, it's like
yeah.
what's happening? So yeah, I would think I think pike's getting up there. It's pushing bass aside.
Well, fishing at Wepuscat. How can you come back and not be like, I love pike now too, way more than I did before.
Yeah.
Way more than I
Yeah.
did before.
I think pike got me stoked for wanting to fish muskie.
Totally.
Does that make any sense? What?
It's like
Yeah.
Different
it's
behavior.
getaway
Well,
drunk.
these
man.
pike. These
pike
pike.
is
Well,
a
these
getaway
pike.
drunk.
Well, these. I mean, they have different like behaviors,
Fucking
of
musky
course, even though they look the same.
Yeah.
But just like an apex predator, going after an apex predator,
What's
pretty
it-
cool. They're fucking huge.
You know,
They're huge. Yeah.
Casting flies the size of
Your
a
forearm.
quail, basically a forearm.
Yeah.
There's something cool about that, Like I hear a lot of
12-inch
people
flies.
complain about pike, but dude, the take, the flies,
Boom,
the size of the rod,
boom,
Everything.
all of that
boom.
makes it great.
I can't. You gotta love them.
You gotta
I love pike way more.
Yeah.
Like I used to catch
I was
pike
totally
on
impressed.
I catch pike on the Mississippi River and stuff like that
Fuck yeah, doggy.
in Ottawa, and it's like they're big, like 20 inches, but these were like 40 inches.
Like
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
we fly fish for pike in one of the most
Pikey waters.
most renowned pike fishery in the world.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's a good.
So yeah, yeah. Although this one's for you.
For me?
For you.
Oh my god! And I wrote these. Mitch,
What
I'm-
fish do you want to scratch off your list in 2019? 20.
in
One night.
summer 19.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I gotta tell you, we talked about it before. Aurora trout.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did not expect that answer.
Aurora
No?
trout.
this is a good project.
You did.
You wanna know why? What?
He's like, I didn't expect that answer. I'm like, you did it? He's like, I did. I'm like, yeah. Of course.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like we talked about it. We've heard whispers of it. Roger Mary mentioning a couple lakes up near Elk Lake, and then Eric at Temagami Outfitting mentioning the same. And then Mitch, you're just so fucking stoked on them.
Mm-hmm.
Telling they've got like an exhibit in Boston.
Boston.
In Boston about them.
Jesus.
It's the only place on the planet, planet Earth, where you can find these fish,
Yeah.
and they're in Ontario. What? You know what? It's some sort of realm of the brook trout Chari family. So
Yeah.
I'm not expecting this epic fight,
No.
but it's the fragility and the rarity of the thing that make it so interesting. And there's so
Unicorn.
and there's so the unicorn.
Yeah.
The lakes come in and out of rotation
Mm-hmm.
in terms of when you can and can't fish for them. And there's a few lakes that we know of that are in rotation this year.
Yeah.
So I think we gotta get it. I think we gotta get that done.
For sure. For sure. So here's the last one for y'alls. Okay. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
We'll go around.
All at once.
What was an important life/fish lesson
Oh, God.
you learned in 2018 that will shape your 2019? Maybe it's a message from one of our hosts. Maybe it's some words of wisdom from our guides, like Norm, Trip,
So
Jeff,
many.
and Alex.
There's so many.
Maybe it's something you realized you did wrong on the trip, Yilma. And you're like remembering not to do that again, hopefully.
It
What
doesn't-
is it?
It doesn't. Yeah, it could be like. I'm gonna learn to tie better knots. But really, it's more like.
What's a resolution almost, in a way?
Yeah, it's a resolution. I've got one.
Sure.
I was looking. I was re-listening to all of our podcasts over the past 2 days.
Yeah.
And the Alex Ginther episode, I gotta say, it's a sneaky episode. It's a sneaky episode. He's a little bit more philosophical than I think he wants to come across.
Yeah.
And I loved his message of like, of course, we all have barriers in our life, whether they might be money, whether they might be family or obligations, or your leg gets chopped off, or you have a debilitating alcohol problem like me. And but it was like that message of like, don't wait. Don't wait.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. Like, you have this bucket list trip that's like, you have this bucket list
I
trip
remember
where you
that.
have this bucket list idea, or you have this like thing that you're going to work towards your whole life, and he sees it all the time
Yeah.
at Plumber's Lodge because he guides at such a spectacular place that, comes at a big price tag. And he sees it all the time. People save their whole lives and they get up there and they can't even enjoy it because maybe life has passed them by, or for whatever reason,
Yep.
they can't enjoy it to what they built up in their mind's eye.
Yep.
And what I took away from like the don't wait thing was like, not empty your bank account and go to Plumber's Lodge, but like if you have the opportunity to seize the moment or whatever,
Yeah.
like why
Absolutely.
wait? Why wait?
Absolutely.
Why wait? I'm in my 30s now. I'm able-bodied.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very lucky to be in that position, and
Yep.
I'm very, I think that was part of the reason why, when you guys were like, hey, you want to be part of the crew? I was like, 100%, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because why not?
Yeah, for sure.
What-
That's why we do this.
That's why we do this,
Yeah.
like,
Why not?
I think that was the big thing that I'm going to definitely, that I applied to after he said that, I applied it to the rest of my year, and I'm going to apply it to the rest of my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the point in waiting?
Of course.
You're sitting in your living room when you're 60 and you're like,
You
well,
can find a way to do whatever you need to do.
yeah,
There's ways to do stuff.
yeah. Again, I'm definitely sensitive to outside pressures and whatnot, of course. But
yeah,
I mean,
we both
like,
got 'em.
we all have
Carpe
them.
diem, baby. It's a good way to live, fish-wise.
We all have them, but
All-wise.
if you're not careful,
Seize the fish, man.
if you're not careful, things might
Hey, seize the
things
fish.
might blow past you like a tumbleweed.
Seize the fish.
Hey, you'll
I still talk about that, but the float plane ride, wanted to do it for so long, and then
Yeah.
we did it, and I couldn't believe how much it actually made me sick.
Yeah.
And I'm still gonna do it. That's never gonna stop me from doing it. But I learned this year that I need to buy those little bracelet
Yeah.
with like a pressure point on your vein,
Oh, yeah?
and then apparently it saves you from nausea.
It's fine. We understood what you were saying.
I know.
Yeah.
But
Less
maybe
nausea.
some other listeners, from like the Midwest or
Yeah.
the plains.
I love it.
So yeah.
so-
I gotta wear like tacky bracelet for nausea.
Yeah.
next time I grab another float plane.
Yeah. But I think the larger message is don't let things get in the
Fuck
way
no.
of experiencing.
No, you gotta do it anyway. You know what? Like you're scared of flying. Well, grab a bag and hold it.
Yeah.
And if it comes up, vomit it and then put a smile on your face and continue to do it.
Come back with a nice little story.
On that Ottawa Piscat trip, I spent a lot of time with Norm in his boat,
Yeah.
and then
More than anybody.
Yeah, I think so. You know, because you know, when you're filming, you get the guy to
Yep.
place you where you want.
Yep.
And then we had great conversation, and experience, man. You just gotta, like, this guy has been guiding up there for almost
40.
50. Yeah, no. This guy's in his like late 50s.
I think it's 40 years.
I thought he said like
came out of the
20 or
womb.
something. But whatever, for a very long time. And then
I think it's like 70 years or something.
yeah, man, get to know your local water a lot. I think
Yeah.
that's what I take from it.
For
you know?
sure,
Like,
get to know your local water.
like get to know the rock. You know,
Yeah.
you know, you can name the rock. You can, like, with Norm, we're going upriver.
Yeah.
This river is like 100-meter deep, and he knows exactly where each rocks are.
Yeah.
If you want to become a great guide or a great outdoor person, just
Yeah.
really study and your surroundings.
Yeah, it's
and,
good.
And the place that you want.
So you got
to
two.
go.
You got two mantras.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Know your water and don't
Fish it.
barf.
Don't
Yeah.
barf. Nice.
Oh, no, not don't barf. Barf it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Embrace the barf.
Embrace the barf and know your water.
Yelmo, what's yours?
I want to continue tying flies. I tied my first woolly bugger this year, and it was
Yeah.
exceptionally beautiful. And I was impressed by that skill, so I want to continue to tie my own flies.
Really? I'm actually surprised. I'm honestly, genuinely surprised by that.
A jock skull.
Each year, Yelma's getting a little deeper into the fly fishing world.
Yeah, it's good.
And this year, you discover how to tie flies.
It's good.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good thing to learn next year, Yelmo.
So you want to learn how to tie flies in 2019? That's the thing?
Yeah.
Let's see where we're at the 2019 year-end show.
Mitch.
What? Yeah. I think.
What's-
Yeah, I think. Well, you
what-
know what? I think it's like keep on listening to people and keep on learning and taking stuff in. Same sort of mantra as last year. You know, lots of good lessons learned.
Yep.
But I think just keep on listening. Take in as much as you can, and I'm just gonna keep on meeting and listening to people and taking in their different points and stories and all kinds of fun stuff. That's what makes it fun.
I think that, that's one other
Yeah.
thing that like goes back to that day where we caught that steelhead with Joe.
Yeah.
If I may, everybody,
Go,
may I?
go, go right ahead.
That day is when like I really realized, the value of, there's like a value of like knowing people who've done it before you in anything, or there's
Yep.
a value in listening to experience in anything.
Mhm.
But it's like, listen, man, like you can buy books, like, so many beautiful books on fishing or whatever, and flies and technique or whatever, but they're never going to tell you how to fish a specific waterway or like a specific
The
thing.
nuances.
And the nuances of every. You can
Mhm.
you can buy a book about trout flies, but you can't buy a book of fishing the. Well, you can buy a book about fishing the Grand
There's
River,
nuances. There's
but
little
you
things
can't
to
you
pick
can't
up.
you can't buy half the shit that people tell you. Fly fishing, what's so great about it, and why I think it's so great that you guys started this podcast, was because it is an oral history. It's an oral history, whether like it's told around a campfire, it's
Mhm.
told, in between casts or in between runs or in between fish.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Like when we were on the river with Bill and Joe, and they were just telling us about, oh well, we figured out that there's a little divot here that they sit in, and there's like a boulder here, and then you don't want to fish that boulder unless it's Tuesday, and then the rest of the week you want to fish behind the boulder, and you're
Yeah.
like, you're never going to find that in a book.
Totally.
So I like that. I like to keep listening because, again, you can read all the books you want.
Yeah.
But and I encourage you that you do. But I also keep listening is a great
Yeah.
mantra.
Yeah.
And I'd like to add something to exactly what you just said. We have the help, like we have a wealth of knowledge
Yeah.
around us.
Yeah.
Like between older gents that have been doing this for way longer,
Yeah.
and then they kind of embrace what we're doing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's cool like to have like younger people to say, yeah, podcast is cool, but to have people like Bill and
Mm-hmm.
Joe, your uncle, and then Rob on our side, and you know, like we have a lot of
Well, fuck, like John Gierak was like, yeah, I'll come on
Yeah,
your show.
yeah.
Like, how cool
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah, exactly.
One of the voices of our generation.
Yeah, yeah.
Not our generation, but
Well, it's-
our fly fishing
Yeah.
life. you
Yeah.
know?
Era.
But yeah, to have those people on our side
Mm-hmm.
and be like, come with me, I will show you, I will teach you. Don't tell anybody else.
Yeah.
But you will
Yeah.
know. I think it's we're pretty lucky to have that.
Totally
No.
are. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And all you do is you gotta ask.
Yeah, you gotta ask,
It'd just be cool.
and you gotta be nice too.
Yeah, gotta be nice. Who wants to hang out with
There's no reason not,
not
to be
nice,
nice.
people?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a great year all around. I think there's lots of stuff to take away, lots of stuff.
Oh, Mitch, can I interview you
lots
for a
of
second?
stories. Yes, please.
It's Christmas, right?
Yeah,
I'm wearing the Santa Claus hat,
Yeah.
or at least it was.
yeah.
I got some presents for you guys.
What do you got?
No way.
Oh, yeah, I got some presents for you guys.
You got us gifts?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, it's wrapped in everything.
Oh, my God.
What is it?
It's fly fishing Santa.
What?
Nice catch,
You know
Yoma.
what?
Oh,
I've been-
my
I've been
God.
trying to do that for the last 2 years and
It's
never
open.
worked.
No. Guys, I gotta thank you so much for asking me
Yeah.
to be a part of this. It's really like
No, of course.
Do I have to wait until Christmas?
Fulfilled-
Can I open it now?
no, open it. Open.
Look at that, a micro trash bin.
Oh, this is perfect.
I thought because we're always talking so much about fucking
Yeah.
conservation.
Yeah, absolutely. This is great.
Aldo, you shouldn't have, man.
Thanks,
this
Aldo.
Is great.
I really
Thanks, Aldo.
appreciate it.
What is it?
It is the Fish Pond Pyopod Micro Trash Container.
Oh yeah.
It's
You know
like
why?
crap.
You know why?
Yeah,
Because pick up your garbage.
that's right.
Yeah, it's like
A little bit.
It's a fun little container that
Yeah.
like you can you're always clipping line off or fucking smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes. And, it's just for those little little
For the little bits.
little bits of trash that you jamming in your
Micro trash.
pocket.
Always end up in my pocket of
Yeah,
my
yeah.
coat, and then I'm like doing something non.
It's on your belt loop.
It's great. It's
Fucking
awesome.
awesome.
Thank you so
All
much.
over my pocket.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Thanks,
Happy
Aldo.
Thank you
holidays.
so much. You didn't have to do
Thanks
that.
for coming on. Thanks for coming on to the crew.
Oh
Yeah.
man, thanks for having me.
What a fun year it's been.
Yeah, what a
It's
great
been
year.
a rad.
It's been a
rad year.
life changing year.
Yeah, it really has
It
been.
really
Yeah,
has
man.
been.
It
Yeah.
really has
Oh
been.
God, it has been.
To everybody, I hope you guys have had fun listening to us go on and on. We want to hear your stories this fishing year. We want to hear your guys' your guys' future fives. What do you guys? What was a fun part of your season? Email us a story. We're gonna read them out in videos. We're gonna make videos featuring your stories.
We're each going to pick our favorite,
yeah.
And,
and from those 4 favorite, we're
Yep.
gonna pick the 2 best.
and those two best are gonna get some of our sweet hoodies.
Yeah, we're gonna give you some hoodies. We're gonna give hoodies away.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
email us at thesoflycrew@gmail.com. Go to our website, sofly.ca, to get in touch with us.
SoFly.ca.
Hit us up on social media, whatever. But just tell us your best fishing story, and you could win some SoFly hoodies, some SoFly swaggage, stickers, all that stuff. And we'll personally read out your story in a video. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be
I
great.
will personally read your story in the best Jean Chrétien accent I can ever pull out.
Perfect.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I love it.
You think I have an
That's
accent?
awesome.
Oh
Just
yeah,
wait.
that's the other thing is Gab can read French. I can read Italian. If you guys need to not do
I
it in
can read
English,
Mississauga.
but
Yeah.
if you guys need to not do it in English, you've got 2 languages covered anyway.
right.
So yeah, please send us your stuff
Yeah.
at the SoFlyCrew at
Yeah.
gmail.com.
Send it in. And I want to take a second here, okay? I gotta take a little second here, okay? To thank all of our sponsors and people that helped work with us this past year.
Oh, this is so
Because
nice.
you have made it a great year to remember. This is a shout out. This is a shout out to Elk Lake Wilderness Resort. Roger and Mary. You
Roger
guys
and
are the
Mary, thank you
best.
so much.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for putting us up. Thank you for putting up with us.
Yeah.
The dogs, the food,
Murder Cabin.
driving us with your
Oh, the boats.
the boats, everything.
Thank you, thank
thanks,
you.
Thanks for taking a chance on us.
Thanks,
That was
Roger
great.
Mary.
Yeah.
And we got to give a shout out to Melanie Veilleux and Norm at Hearst Air Service.
Oh my
Yay.
God! Thank you so
for
much.
the best thing ever.
That was the best. No, you go for it,
All
yeah.
right, I just wanted to say, hey, thanks to Melissa for believing in what we do, and then sending us all the way to the
Melanie?
North Pole of Ontario.
Yeah.
Melanie.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it's great.
Can I redo that?
Thanks to Melanie. Thanks to Melanie, Gab, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks to Melanie.
But yeah, thanks for believing in us. She didn't know who we were.
Yeah.
We just say, hey, can we do this trip? She's like, no, we want to do this instead. I'm like, yeah. And then she flew us all the way to the North Pole of Ontario, and thanks so much.
Yeah, hell yeah. And Tamagami Outfitting Co. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Eric.
much.
Thank you so much,
John and
Eric.
John, Eric,
Max, and of course Max. How could we ever forget Max, you maniac?
Yes.
Out in Austria, chopping wood and carving spoons, you fucking psychopath. I love you so much, Max.
love
Oh my
Max.
god.
It was a great time with them, right?
It was a great time.
It was a great time.
so good.
Always
so
a
good.
great
Oh my
time.
god! Thank you to our other sponsors.
We wanna
Like,
shout out.
shout out. I want to shout out.
Everybody, I have a couple.
Who?
Yeah, I got Dave Toden from Instill Imaging who came and helped us
For a Matt DeMille shoot. Yeah. Oh my god! Thanks, Matt DeMille.
Yeah.
Matt DeMille, Dave
Chef,
Toden,
chef.
Adam White from Bloor Street Sound.
Who
Holly,
else, Yuma?
Holly.
Our videographer at Out
Holly
of the Sketch
Eggleton.
is amazing.
And Andy Vanderkay.
My
Andy
god,
Vanderkay.
Andy, you maniac,
The
Andy.
best, the vanity for color transfer.
And Chloe, man. Hey, that was pretty recent.
Chloe Nostrand.
Oh my
Chloe
god,
Nostrand.
Chloe Nostrand.
Thanks
And
so fucking much.
Yep.
Montana is insane, and you show it to us the best
Yep.
way.
you embodied
You
the
could ever
spirit
done
of the
it.
West.
Shout out to Muskoka Brewery. Those are some good times we had with
Oh
them.
my god, yeah, Muskoka Brewery went up there. They had us for Adventure Fest. Thank you, Salmon Festival.
Salmon Festival. Shout out to Space
Chums.
Ian and his rock and roll band. We want to shout out to Bob Cajun Brewery for hooking us up with some delicious beer throughout the year.
100%, 100%. Want to thank Muttonhead. We sent them one email. We're like, hey, we take pictures of us fishing, and they're like, cool, do it in our clothes. And we're like, great,
Done.
because your clothes are fucking made in North America.
Hell yeah.
Toronto brand. Makes us
Amazing.
look cool. It's
Yep.
great. Thank
And
you
now
so
that's
much,
all I wear.
Muttonhead. Yeah, now it's all any of us wear.
Yeah.
We want to shout out to our new friends at 40 Creek Premium Select. Thank you so much, 40 Creek. We love ya.
Our biggest, probably, support system. Thank you so much, Rob, at Drift Outfitters.
Chris, Rob.
Our very first sponsor.
Yes.
Our very first, not only a sponsor, but a resource
And a friend.
and a friend. And an employer.
And an employer.
and
Yeah.
a very, very patient man.
Rob at Drift Outfitters in Toronto. Thank you, baby.
This year we joined the Loop team.
Yeah, Loop Team.
Loop Tackle Design. So thank you for that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much to the Loop Tackle team. Thank you to Hook A for sending us some merch throughout the year.
Yeah, and Fred for coming on the show and sending us
Yes.
stuff. Awesome. Nice to be
Absolute.
supported and supporting Canadian brands.
Absolutely.
Right?
Do we have any others?
Yes, we have others. Thanks to everyone that's listening. Because,
Oh.
because without
Wow, way to bring it home, man.
right? Because
Yeah.
without listeners, like
We
just
wouldn't exist.
Basically, we would still exist, but we would be talking to ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is what I do at home alone.
It's very
Yeah.
nice, we don't always mention it, but like every love email we get is awesome. Every advice or every commentary,
Absolutely.
it means a lot, man. Every single one.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for that.
And thank you so much to Nick Groves. Thank you so much to Mike Bishop, Josh, Greg, Bill, Aldo, Harry, Jeff and Alex Tripp, Livia, everybody that came on the show, Alex Ginther, Ian Troop, Ray Blades, John Gierak, Fred Campbell, Simon Gosworth, Chloe Nostrand. What a crazy year it's been. Guests, listeners, sponsors, hosts.
It was a huge year.
You made
Huge
it.
year.
Can't wait for next year.
Round of applause for all those people.
Next year's gonna be rad.
Next year will be rad. Thank you so much for listening to us all year, and we can't wait to talk to you in the 15th. We've got a very fun episode coming out with
Colin Huff.
amazing episode, so give that a listen. That's it for me right now. Mitch, Gab,
All right, everyone, have a great holiday.
Yilma,
Bye, guys. See you from next year.
and Aldo.
Yeah, I mean, again, thank you three so much for having me on the show. Changed my life. Changed my life. And as always, thank you, listeners, but you can find us at the SoFly Crew on Instagram. Again, we're going to tell your stories. Send us your stories at thesoflycrew@gmail.com. We're going to read your stories in a video. We're going to send the best stories, some hoodies. The hoodies are comfortable as hell. Mitch is wearing them right now. Comfy as hell, right?
Love it.
He loves it. He designed them. Somebody designed them. Yilma designed them?
No.
Somebody designed them.
Yes.
Who knows? No, yes. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. Please, always helps us if you rate us. And you can find us on SoundCloud as well. And you can find all of our content, photos, videos, and everything. SoFly.ca. There's going to be a lot happening in 2019. We hope we get to see you on the river, guys. Thank you so much.
Peace.